Yeah, 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 yeah. You already know what time it is when the winter's coming town. Huh? You already know what time it is when the winter's coming town. How about them? Hey, y'all already know what it is. Y'all know what today is. Today is Monday. Great day after yesterday. Hey, Broncos country, let's. Oh, my fault, my fault, my fault, my fault. Hey, hey, my fault. I don't know if y'all can hear, but I said Broncos country, let's. My fault, my fault, my fault, my fault. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's the greatest. Boy, it's been a good week, boy. It's just a great week, boy. Besides the snow and the ice over there, yeah. It's been a good week, boy. Look, the Patriots won, as you may know, going to the Super Bowl versus the Seahawks. This is crazy. This is crazy. It's a rematch of the lifetime. We're gonna see how this goes. A crazy defense versus a crazy offense. Um, we're gonna get into it, but as you guys may know, this is at Talk with X. Again, this is at Talk with X. I'm your host, Xavier Mitchell. My Instagram is X__UCHIHA. Again, my Instagram name is X__UCHIHA. And we're live, y'all. We're live and kicking. Doing well. We doing well, man. How y'all feeling? Hey, look. Hey, look. How y'all teams doing? Oh, my fault. I'm gonna take this off. I look crazy, but sorry. How y'all teams doing, man? Huh? Y'all doing alright, huh? Still losing, huh? Cancun doing well for you, huh? Man, we're gonna get into it though. Of course, as you guys may know, you already know what it is. Start off with football, go with basketball. Then we're gonna talk about some real life stuff. All right, that's always gonna be the thing. All right. Well, Mike, starting with just due to the fact that we played first, Patriots versus Broncos, very low scoring game. Final score was 10-7. Final score was 10-7. Drake May didn't even throw 100 yards. I believe he threw like 83 yards. It was mainly running and defense. And the second, and let's see, the other guy, it was the Broncos backup. Let's make this known: the Broncos did not have their backup. Okay. Broncos did not have their backup at all, and that showed. I mean, Broncos had their backup; they didn't have Bo Nix at all, and it showed. Um, do I think Bo Nix would have played a lot better in the snow? Honestly, I don't know. Um, that's super hard to tell, especially with the fact that they couldn't see, and you could tell they couldn't see, and I didn't care. Make it happen, make it work. We played in Denver. It's not like we played in New England. We went to Denver and we did what we needed to do. We took care of business. Ain't nothing different. Ain't nothing new. I've been trying to tell y'all that. I've been trying to tell y'all New England going to that bowl, baby. I've been trying to tell y'all that y'all don't listen. Listen to Uncle X. X Guru. Whatever you want to call me, just understand I ain't gonna lie to you. Come on now. Cooking. Drake May had 86 yards, nothing. Uh no picks, no touchdowns, and he threw 10 for 21, so just under 50%. That's a bad game. Ramondre Stevenson led our squad with rushing. 25 carries, 71 yards. Drake May was second with 65 yards rushing. So I guess you can say he made up a little bit, but nah. Next up. Let's see the Broncos. What do they do? Jarrett, whatever his name, Stidham. He didn't throw bad except for that pick. He had a touchdown as well. And Marvin Mims Jr. did pretty decent on the receiving end. RJ did pretty. I mean, he's 13 and 37. I mean, it wasn't good, but yeah. But let's break everything down, shall we? Let's break everything down. Break everything down, shall we? Number one, like I said, the offense didn't play good at all. Made it work through the defensive end, but we didn't play good at all. And they really couldn't get it too going before the snow. So when it started snowing, they really couldn't get it going. This is definitely a defensive game. This is tweaking. Okay. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties, y'all. But it was definitely just a defensive game for both ends. Patriots came out on top. Neither side really played great offensively. I'm going to be fair. I do feel like the Denver Broncos sold by stop running. They were getting some good yardage out in the second half and then just completely ran away from it and decided to want to go to the passing game, which I felt like was really weird. They didn't have to. I understand, but they may have wanted to like throw different looks. But I think like the first two plays in one of the drives, they threw back to back passes. And now in the third down, you actually have to throw the ball now because you didn't get any yardage from your first attempt that you had. And I didn't understand that because you already knew what conditions you were in, and you already saw multiple times on how what that was leading to. It was leading to a lot of three and outs. So why stop running? I don't know. Do I care? No, I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all wholeheartedly. I ain't gonna lie to you, cause ah, yeah, shit. We looking kind of spiffy right now, yeah. Shit, AFC champs, which is cool, but we like to hang bang us, and we're gonna win this one. We're gonna do the same thing we did in 2015. We're gonna sit. We're gonna do the same thing. We're going to strip them of their health. Seahawks, you're going to lose. Mark my words. Mark my words. You're going to lose. New England's up, Seahawks down. I like to cook bird. I like cook bird. I like to pick the feathers off first, though. You think we scared of a Seahawk? Oh, I'm getting off top. I'm getting off top. I'm getting off track. Shout out to the past, though. Now we're gonna talk about a way better game that actually happened. I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna be biased. Seahawks versus the Rams 31-27. This is an absolute shootout. Matthew Stafford threw for 374 yards and three touchdowns. Um, Puka Nakua had 9 catches for 165. Devontae Adams had 4 catches for 89. Obi had 3 for 62. It was good, bro. Let's look at the Seahawks side. Sam Darnold threw for 346. Hey, look, 3 touchdowns as well. Kenny Walker had 19 carries, 62. One dub too, one tub. ASN 10 catches for 153. Shaheed 1 catch for 51. Absolute bomber. Kenny had another 49 on the receiving end too. He racked up over 100 total, which is good. Cooper Kupp ain't really do much, but he did enough. 4 receptions, 36 yards, and a touchdown against his former team. You know he was gonna take that one to the crib. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's just good. Like it was just great football on both ends. One person just came out on top. I hate that happened for the Rams. I'm not gonna lie. That's just defense, I guess. That's just defense. It's just defense. And that's okay. You know, the Rams overcame. They came back way from below where they were at earlier this season. No one expected that. They expected it to be the Eagles again or the 49ers. Rams said, hey, got something to say about that. Seahawks took care of business though. Shout outs to them. They high powering offense. They love to throw that ball in the air. They love to get the push down the field. They love to score. They score. They like to, they can score fast too. So that's definitely something we got to watch out for. This upcoming week. I said upcoming week. In February. Circling back, I know I'm backtracking a little bit to the New England and Broncos thing. Something that's been killing guys this season are field goals. You guys, kickers, I'm not gonna lie. You guys have been selling. A lot of these games have come down to y'all, and y'all have been selling. Now, granted, dude threw that pick. No one is like, yeah, Shan. No one is going to ignore that he threw an interception. He for sure threw an interception. But these moments would not have happened. You guys would really just have to run the clock out, honestly, if y'all hit field goal. And you kickers are selling. And I understand it was snowing. I get that. But just like how a lot of these fans and a lot of these critics love to put that much pressure on the QB and this receiver and this running back, same thing applies to y'all. You know why? Because you have a jersey on. And you're selling with the said jersey on. Ravens kicker sold. Rookie, yeah, I ain't. Sorry, you got drafted. You wanted to get drafted. Your whole life, want to go to the NFL. You got your moment, just like everyone else. I'm not saying it's easy, because I have no experience in the NFL. I have no experience in college. I have no football experience in high school. So I get that. From my perspective, it may not mean as much as y'all, but a job is a job. A job is a job. You are on the team. You have a jersey. You get paid. That is your job. Definition of a job. Go somewhere, work, and receive said funds. That's a job. Whether you like it or not, that's your job. And it sucks that you have that much pressure, but hey, it is what it is. Do better next year. Y'all gonna make it work. Y'all gonna work it out. All right. Before we move on to basketball, you guys let me know, who do you feel is going to win the Super Bowl? Patriots or the Seahawks? You already know who I'm going for. You guys let me know. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Now we're on to basketball. Kings versus Pistons, straight belt. Pistons way, 139 to 116. Sabonis is actually slowly but surely getting back to his old self. But it means nothing if the team is still garbage. Cade Cunningham played crazy. Nothing new. 29 points and 11 assists. That's just nothing new. Jalen Duran had 18, only missed one shot. Nothing new. These guys are hooping. I'm not gonna lie. The East, Detroit only has 11 L's. You guys need to watch out for that. And it's mandatory. You know who only has one L less than them? The Oklahoma City Thunder. Got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. Not right now, but we got to talk about it. Warriors versus Timberwolves, 111 to 85. Um, Steph Curry did his thing, 26 points. Moody did his thing, 19. Uh, that's pretty much it. Then on the Timberwolves side, Ant carried with 32 points. He had more than a third of his team's points. That's sad. Hey, Glock in the left hand, I ain't gonna lie, bro. We gotta work on that, Glock. That's kind of crazy. Jaden McDaniels, that is crazy. 1 for 8 is not gonna win you anything at all. So yeah, pretty decent belt situation there as well. Thunder lost last night to the Raptors, 103 to 101. And Ingram didn't do good at all. He shot 5 for 18 actually. Isaiah Quickly. No, is that Isaiah or Emmanuel Quickly? Emmanuel Quickly, I'm tripping. Emmanuel Quickly had 23 points, pretty solid, did his thing, and he led 11 boards on top of that. Scotty Barnes had 10 points, 11 boards on top of that, just straight dogging, doing what they needed to do to win the game, just chewing and clawing their way through victory. Um, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander only had 24 points, and even though that's a good game still, that's rare coming from him. Usually he averages 30. If I'm not mistaken, he still averages 30. He averages 32.1, so 32 points. 24 is actually a light day for him, so I'm surprised he wasn't more aggressive, especially since they were playing in OKC. But it is what it is. Good job, Raptors. Two games got postponed. I'm assuming it was due to the weather. Hopefully everyone's being safe as well. Pelicans versus Spurs, 104-95. Pelicans way. Zion Williamson had 24 points, 10 for 18. Um, Sadiq Bey had 24 points and 10 boards, straight dogging. Zion Williamson also had 10 boards, straight dogging. The Spurs, Victor, played like garbage and good at the same time. It's kind of weird. The reason why I say and good is because he had 16 boards, but he had 16 points and he shot 16 shots and he only made 6 of them. No bueno. That's not good anywhere you go. Heat versus Suns, 111 to 102. Uh, Bam had 22 points, which is actually good. Not gonna lie. He also shot like, but I'm sorry. The Heat won 111 to 102. I don't know if I said it already. Jaime Jaquez Jr. also had a 20 ball with him. Dylan Brooks had 26. We're gonna talk about you, bro, because you actually been hooping, and he's the only one that decided. No, Grayson Allen also hooped out. Never mind. Take that back. 4 for 18. 4 for 18. 1 for 11 for 3. That's a lot of bricks, a lot of doinks, and a lot of boinks. We gotta clean that up, bro. And with all that, they only lost by 9. There was no Devin Booker, so still a good sign for the Suns. They just gotta keep it moving, stall out till Devin comes back, and they'll be fine. Nets versus Clippers. Clippers won 126 to 89. Absolute beatdown, absolute massacre. You guys are horrible. Um, MPJ, an elite 9 points, 3 for 11 from the field, and 0 for 4 from 3. Not surprised. Um, and the best player was actually this guy named Wolf. Last name of I don't know if he was the best either. He had 14 points, but he took 13 shots. The whole team was just garbage. We're just gonna keep it at that. Hey, except for Deron Sharp. Shout out to Deron Sharp. Straight out of Pitt County. From the 2-5. From my same high school, South Central Falcons. South Central Falcons, we got one. We got one, right? We got us one. Deron had 8 points, 3 for 5, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Unfortunately, had 2 TOs and 3 personal fouls, but I expect the fouls. Not really much of the TOs. That's okay. Clippers way. Kawhi Leonard had 28 points, 9 for 17. Nothing new. Collins had 18. Zubac had 11 and 10. Nothing new. James Harden had 19, 6 and 8. That's pretty decent light day for him. Miller had 6. Miller off the bench came with 16 points, 7 for 10 for shooting. That's absolutely elite. That's great. That's great ball. That's great hoops. Honestly, um, they're all been doing what they need to do. Um, Hopefully, we can keep these type of hoops in the NBA, where everyone we don't know what's gonna happen, but you guys already know, especially when that money come around. If Vegas say no, Vegas say no. We're gonna do it this way. But I got slightly challenged for this last part. Um, I was at work. Not gonna tell you her name because I don't want her business out there. But shout outs to you. I asked her, "What do you think I should talk on my podcast? Like, what should I talk about on my podcast near the end?" She's like, and just let this be known. Just let this be known. This podcast is not subject. It doesn't have to have a main nucleus when it comes to the last part. It can be anything. It can be government stuff, conspiracy theories, anything that you guys feel like I should talk about. Talk about it. I'm just going to be unfiltered about it. Not unfiltered to the point that it's disrespectful, but I'm talking about unfiltered in terms of me just being completely honest on how I feel. So that's what I'm saying. Engage. Let me know. This podcast isn't just about me. It's about us. I want you guys to get involved as well. I do. Now, moving forward. Anyway, I had got asked. Well, she was like, let me figure something out. Let me think on it, and then I'm gonna come back. Lunch happened. She didn't think about it still. And then she was like, let me just go to Chat GPT. Chat GPT came up with some good subjects. All she typed in was what should men talk about on podcasts, and it came up with these questions right here, or these topics right here. What men are afraid to admit out loud. We don't talk about male loneliness enough. I'm not gonna go over the big one because it's kind of um why some men talk big but move small, and it can be two-way of that, but I don't know if we're gonna get too into that. Number four, masculinity isn't what the internet made it. Number five, men emotional availability, why it's hard. Dating in your 20s and 30s as a man is different now. When being a nice guy backfires, we can talk about that. And why men struggle with consistency. And you know what? You might just go down the whole list, right? May not all be today. May can break it up, part one and part two. We're going to talk about it. What men are afraid to admit out loud? Let's talk about it. So, for those that don't know, and I do mean only women, some of the things that men are afraid to admit out loud is their fear of something. What do you mean by fear? Well, fear as in the unknown. And that's mainly what it is. Am I going to keep her happy? Am I going to prosper in the job that I'm in? What will my family think about me? What will my dad think about me? What will my mom think about me? That fear, man, that fear and self doubt go hand in hand. Hand in hand. Why is that, Xavier? Why is that men can't open up and just tell us that? Why society? Society kills us for that. Society kills men for being vulnerable. It does. Let's talk about it. when it comes down to trying to execute something, actually, let's take it back from the beginning. When you're a male, let's just say you were being raised around different females, right? And there was one of those male figures there, like I was. You have this thing. You guys gotta protect her. You guys gotta protect your little cousin. Someone get in her face. You know what to do. Have her back. Da 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 da. Always. When you growing up. When your mama get out the car and she pumping, you better pump the gas for it. Even though that's something I was always doing. You pump that gas for you. You do this. You do that. You do this. You do that. You do this. You do that. Being raised by a male figure, you have to do this. You can't look like that. When you scrape your knee, come on now, don't cry. You tough. You a boy. You can't. Boys don't cry. Women also say that. Boys don't cry. You want to be strong. You don't cry. You want to be a man. You don't cry. Something wrong with you at school and it really hurt your feelings. Suck it up, bro. Suck it up. This is why a lot of men or boys that grew up to be men don't open up. Society labeled that. They put a pin there. Boys aren't supposed to cry. Boys don't show emotions. Boys don't show feelings. So when you're talking to a girl, it's a little different. Some girls don't. Now, and we're gonna. This is gonna be mainly about girls, because it's the topic from the Chat GPT. But a lot of girls don't show emotion or feelings because of a lot of different things that came in, either trauma or just people not being there for them. Guys on the other end, if you look at your little sister, older sister, whoever, when your sister falls and when your cousin falls and they're bleeding a little bit or something like that, they don't get toughened up. Oh, come here. Well, that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. If something happened to them at school or if something's going on, come on, talk to us. You can talk to me. It's okay. It's okay, baby girl. We can talk. Come on. Talk to me. What's going on? How can I make you feel better? They're taught that early. They're taught that really early. That is a trust that they are given really early. They're shown that trust really early. Guys are not shown that trust really early. Not all. I'm not saying all of you guys have gone through the same stuff, but the general public, for males, no. That's why it's hard for us to open up. And it's true. It's true. How can you open up when you've been trained not to open up? You expect that teenager, let's say that you know this teenager is either your brother, your little cousin, or some of that is a boy, regardless. You've been around auntie and them, you know how they talk to them. Toughen up, man. You're supposed to be strong. You can't be like no little girl. You sound like a little girl. Now, there's going to be some parents that may not like that. But again, my job on this podcast is not to care about that. My job on this podcast is to tell the unbiased truth, my truth. Some people may think different, may feel different. That has nothing to do with me or this podcast. Just saying. Something to think about. How many times you as a male, if you listen to this, or you as a woman listen to this or watching this, which I hope you guys are, as a male, have you been told, toughen up, you'll be all right? And as a woman, you've seen a male tell another male, or telling seen a male tell a son, nephew, little cousin, baby bro, whatever the case is, you'll be all right. Toughen up, man. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Suck it up. And you expect them to open up in their 20s? They've been trained to do that. Sorry. That is society telling y'all, telling us. And childhood has a lot to do with that. Because guess what? Just like how you're told as a male not to have certain feelings, da 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 da, those kids at school are telling you are being taught the same thing. So if you scrape your knee out there, you got even the little kid saying, "Man, you crying too much. Shut up. Suck it up." Someone could have hurt your feelings bad. You crying too much. Shut up. Suck it up. Lord knows. That's happened to me in high school. Someone can say or do something absolutely crazy to me. It can be a female. It'll be a female. Even in middle school, it's a female. And nothing. But let you talk and hurt that female's feelings. Let you hurt that female's feelings. Man, man, that is society. I'm gonna give you a good example. I was in middle school. I had just came back from El Paso, Texas, and I was staying there for 2 years. Um, one of the guys in my middle school, his name is Diggy. He plays basketball, you know, very well known, cool guy to me. It was just he just always joked on me, and I had no problem with that. I mean, it is what it is. I just had to learn how to joke back. He said something about my lips. My lips were chapped. My lips used to be really chapped when I was middle school. Guess what? He said something in the middle of class. Everybody laughed. Ha ha he he. A girl thought it was funny. Threw her chapstick at me. That's real. It's real life. And it gets worse. Um, After that, I took her book bag and I threw it in the trash. I'm looked at crazy. She threw something at me. Guess how she responded? She took that same chapstick and squirted it in my hair and rubbed it in. A couple weeks later, I had bald spots in the back of my head. Now, what did the teacher do? Nothing. She did absolutely nothing. She did absolutely nothing. Society. If I were to have done that to her, I would have dealt with the principal. First off, if I even have thrown the chapstick in the beginning, I would have gotten sent out. Teacher was also a female. Teacher did not care. That's real. And I had to get laughed at my whole eighth grade year with bald spots because a girl put chapstick in my hair. And the teacher did nothing. So when we talk about mental health, men's mental health, understand that this starts when we're young. I don't make the rules. It starts when we're young. Did anyone come to my rescue? No. You know what I did? I just had to keep going through it. Why didn't I tell my mom? When I was younger, can't say anything. Sorry. Is what it is. High school. High school, I had a crush my freshman year. We were in computer class, and I I was still am nerdy, but I was really nerdy then. And I there was this girl I thought was cute, right? Looking back at it, she's not cute at all. I thought she was cute. And what I mean by she's not cute at all, I'm talking about her attitude at that time. Bad attitude to me means you're ugly. But moving forward, I told one of the basketball players that was in there. I was like, yo, she's pretty cute. Yeah, yeah. So you like her? I was like, yeah, sure, yeah. He told her. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't. It's like I cared to care. You know how like you don't, you want to know, you don't. Some people are super cool. They didn't have to do. Some guys super cool. They didn't care. I wasn't one of those guys at the time. So like, I I had said it. I told him. He said, all right, bet. I'm like, no, 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 no. We go to lunch. Break comes back. We sit. We're sitting down, and this guy, after he told her, which I didn't think anything of. I don't know what if he had anything else. I think he might. Matt, we're just gonna say he just said that. Cool. He just said I liked it. She decided I was sitting in the front of the class. She was sitting in the back of the class. She said, "Do you have a crush on me?" Out loud in front of the whole classroom. Mind you, again, she waited until everybody sat down. She waited till the whole classroom was there. She said, "Do you have a crush on me?" I lied. You're not gonna. What the are you okay? I was like, nah. She said, good, because I don't like you. Hey, well, when I tell you I had to charge it to the Game Boy, I mean, had to charge that one to the game, my boy. I took an L early in high school. That was my freshman year. Oh, my freshman year. And I got embarrassed that fast. You know, I told you this was right off of my eighth grade year. Eighth grade year was still my worst year of my life. Ninth grade year, it fall right off of that. Come on. Like, dang, X, this is how you start your year? So yeah. What did the teacher say? And say her name. I'm not gonna say her name out here. Said her name. She just sat back down and then she said, well, I just had to let him know I didn't like him. Society. Society. That is society. You have this expectation as a male as well to be the most complete once you hit a certain age. That's an expectation from a lot of people. Except for other men. See, a lot of times our fathers or male figures, our the people we look up to, guarding whoever, they put pressure on us so we won't be behind. They don't have this. Hey, by this, I want you to do that. Like you gotta have 100. They don't do that. They don't put that on us because they know what life is. They know what life is about. Women, on the other hand, are different. I will say, women, on the other hand, are different, and that's no slight, but that is true. They have a checklist. Hey, it's crazy. We were talking about this at work, but they have a checklist on what maybe they want from a man, especially at this point in their life. And a lot of them do it subconsciously. It's, hey, it happens. Um, so as an adult, it's super hard to open up due to your past traumatic experiences. It's hard to open up through maybe even the simplest of things because you're so afraid, again, like what we talked about in the beginning, the unknown of whatever reaction you're gonna get. That's hard. That's really hard. And then another thing is going back to our relationship with women. A lot of stuff we may say that we open up gets brought right back into our faces. I'm not saying all women do it. I'm not saying all women do it. But that happens. That happens. That is society. And you feel it's almost like instead of, you know how you guys are, if you watch That So Raven, you saw in the future when a certain event happened, it'll feel just like that, but the opposite. You go right back to that childhood, that one spot. This is exactly why I don't do what I do because of that right there. Because when this happened, this is the response I got. These are the people that quote unquote were supporting me and trying to keep me through it, and they didn't really do anything. And I feel like I'm going through the same thing right now. And it goes back to last episode as well. As a man, as a man, as a man. Remember that. Another reason why men do not open up. Women, if you are hounding your man, if you are hounding him, do not expect him to be cool. Sorry, that was my boss. When he reacts. If you had been tearing this man down, you can't expect him to want to open up. And I'm not gonna lie, you probably don't want to, depending on what points you've got. Depending on whatever breaking point you've taken him to, you probably don't want him to respond at this point. He's going to blow up. If he hasn't done that thing that calms him down, he's most likely gonna blow up. Whether that's going to the gun range, fishing, bowling, boxing, whatever the case is. That thing that he regularly does on a daily basis, he's not able to do that, and you're still hounding and hounding and hounding, he's gonna explode. He is. He doesn't want to open up with some stuff because he knows what's gonna happen. He knows himself more than you know him. Do not get that confused. You do not know him more than you might know him, but you do not know him more than he knows himself. When you say something, he's like, but never mind. That was to save you. Same way, and I will give women credit. The women that like to hold back their tongue when they know they could end someone's career, I respect that. But the same logic can get placed back on you. He is trying to save your feelings or whatever is left of it. I'm letting you know. For man, but okay. Just let you know. I'm gonna let you know. And go back to the little childhood thing. Y'all got me in my bag. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to you, MB. I ain't gonna say your full government. Shout outs to you, because this is a good topic. When it comes, where was I going with this? I had something. Hold on. Okay. Women are taught to be sensitive. Again, it goes back to what I said. It's the polar opposites. You guys are taught. You're taught to be sensitive. We are not. Oh, imagine this, and this happens. I have seen this in real time. I have seen this in real time. You moping around. This woman you got going to this, your husband, boyfriend, whatever. Oh my gosh, baby, you okay? You want me to do this for you? Is everything all right? Da, 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 da. What's going on? Oh my gosh, babe, this. I got you. Let me handle. Let me pause on that. Men and a lot of women say this. I'm gonna throw this back at you, and I'm gonna throw this back at society because they made this, even though it's true. Men are there to protect and provide. Women are not taught to do that. Well, it comes with protection, you may add, making her feel safe, making her feel vulnerable to enough to talk to you a lot. Get comfortable around you. Protect your peace of mind. Protect your physical presence from any type of danger. Provide. Provide, of course, with financial stability. Provide security. And it's mainly just financial stuff, to be honest. The way this is now. Pay attention. Provide with financial stability. Provide with security that goes a little bit with protection. Provide with reassurance. Hey baby, you know how much I love you. Hey baby, I went to I was at the I was at the store the other day, the flower shop. I wanted to get you these. Hey babe, I was thinking about you right now. Let's go to a movie. Hey baby, let's go to I don't know, the park. A lot of women are not taught that for a man. I am not saying women have to treat a man like a woman. I am saying there is nothing wrong with, hey babe, I'm just letting you know I love you so much, da 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 da. We're simple. Men are very simple. Men are very simple. We are not asking for anything super expensive. Half the time when we have something that we want that is expensive, we have that on our own checklist to buy for ourselves, not sending hints for you to buy. Polar opposite. What does that have to do with them opening up, you may ask? If that man, and it's crazy because this kind of goes back to the other topic with marriage and people not successfully dating nowadays. If that man does not feel comfortable and he feels like he's really just a robot, it's just mainly one sided, he's not going to open up to you. Now, if you are a woman that is trying, you're trying to get him to open up. You're trying to get him, make him feel comfortable. Da 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 da. You're trying. Shout outs to you. I appreciate you. You are a great, great woman. You are. If he's acting like that prior to you, 9 times out of 10 is trauma. or something that was drilled into his brain. That is truth. That's nothing but the truth. When we're um walking into the world or getting welcome to the world as a man or as a boy, as you can say, way different than you being introduced to the world as a female. Way, way different. Way different. Society is made it that way. Society has made it real comfortable for y'all to do that. Walk easy. Easier. Not saying completely easy, but easier than men. Being life as a woman isn't easy, but it can be a lot easier for you than the typical male. That is true. That is true. You guys are looked upon differently. You guys are looked upon as the weaker of the two, which honestly I don't really agree with that. I feel that both sides are equal because one side is a lot stronger than this than the other side. I feel like it's and vice versa. I feel like it's really balanced actually. Before podcasting, and you guys can fact check me. Before the podcast realm of everyone, like everyone you may see now, women were confessing their feelings to each other about life, crying in public, and everybody is like, "Oh, I just want to hug her." Da 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 da. When men, now mind you, again, this was never a question on why they do that because it's super acceptable in society, to society. When men get on podcasts, express themselves about their trauma, and break down, it goes viral. Oh my gosh, we really need men to start opening up more. It's too late. It's too late. Society drilled that into us to not open up. I'm sorry. Now, if I were to have a kid, oh, trust me, he's going to open up to me. We're going to have a bond, unlike no other. There's nothing wrong when he falls, scrapes his knee, for him to cry a little bit. Because you know what? It hurts. I'm not going to say cry like bah ha woohoo about everything, but hey, buddy, it's okay. You can let it out. Come on, let's go do this real quick. Now, I think another reason why that is happening, then we're going to close it up for this one. I think the reason that a lot of men, I said a reason like it's the first one. Another reason, another that men do not open up well. We mask masculinity, so we push masculinity into this space to where that's not masculinity. I can tell my son, hey, all right, come on, buddy, we gotta toughen up a little bit, okay? At the same time, are you okay? What's wrong? Where does it hurt at? You think you need a band aid? You got a boo boo? You need a band aid? Anything like that? No. You think you're gonna be okay? That's my boy. That's way different than you okay. He all right. Look, y'all. He all right. He all right. Get up, boy. You good? Now, both can be effective depending on the type of trajectory the kid is going through. If my son is a football player, I'm talking about winner, and I mean this had we get taught all this when we're super young, like 2, 3, 4 years old. Now, if my son is in sports, he would trip and fall. I'm like, all right, come on, buddy. We fell harder hits. Of course, I'm gonna still ask him seriously. Hey, buddy, for you okay? He says, yeah, I'm all right. Probably just want some attention, but doesn't hurt to reassure that. It's another thing. Society doesn't care about us getting reassurance. But that's life. We're supposed to just get out and run. Whether we fall or not, we have no other choice but to get back. Staying down and waiting is not an option to us. That's how it was drilled up. But that was a good topic. That was a really good topic, man. Appreciate MB. I ain't gonna lie. She cooked with that one. She really cooked with that one. Chat GPT is the one to put it down, but her going to Chat GPT for that really cooked. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'm about to go ahead and get ready for work. I got work at 12, unfortunately. If you're snowed in or iced in, please be safe. Don't do anything stupid. I pray you guys have a safe week. Let's start this Monday off strong. Let's make more money than we made last week. Let's get more prosper. I said more prosper. Let's grow more, be more prosperous than we did last week. Okay. Let's hit a big one. Let's hit that goal that we struggled hitting. Okay. But this is at Talk with X podcast at Talk with X. I'm your host Xavier Mitchell at X underscore Uchiha as the Instagram. Again, at X underscore Uchiha as the Instagram. Please like, subscribe, comment how you feel, comment if I was tripping or not. But you can be honest with me. Again, I'm an open book. You guys have a great day.